it's Sarah from Losing It For Me 42 with my week. Oh no, I forgot to look. 43, 44, I don't know. It'll be in the description. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on October 26, 2016. My high weight was 389, and that was in April of 2016. My surgery weight was 324, so I lost 65 pounds pre-surgery. I came at you guys last week at 237, and that was a 3-pound jump up from the week before. Today is September 13th, 2017. I never say the date, and I'm very bad with that. So it's September 13th, and this week I am 231. So that's a 6-pound loss for the week. But I will say, last week on Wednesday, I jumped up 3 pounds. Oh, I'm sorry, it's so dark. It was much lighter when I started. I jumped up 3 pounds, and then the day after I went down 2 pounds. So some of that was definitely water weight, and I went up and I immediately went back down, and then the rest of it I lost over the week. So even if you take out the 2-ish pounds of water weight that I lost, it's still not a bad freaking week. There was a 4-pound loss. So, and I'm back down now, thankfully, around the 230s. I've been hovering in this area for a while. I was doing 230 or 232, and then I jumped up 234, and then I went even up further. I've been up and down, up and down, up and down. But cross my fingers, I hope to be joining a new decade soon. Which will be my goal decade. My goal from surgery was 220, and that is literally 11 pounds away, and I have 6 weeks to get there, which is daunting. Or should I say, I don't have 6 weeks to get there. I'd like to get there in 6 weeks. How's that? I've been very much not about putting pressure for goals at all. I think I've done really, really well. I'm almost at the 160 pound mark lost mark. I don't know. It's early if you can't tell from the rising sun in the distance. Yeah, so I've lost 160 pounds, and I've almost lost 100 pounds since surgery. It's 96, I think, right now, or something, somewhere in the 90s since surgery. So I think I'm doing really well, and so therefore I'm not putting any pressure on myself for hitting goal. I'd like to hit goal, but I'm not putting pressure on myself to hit goal. Or at least trying very hard not to put pressure on myself for to hit goal. What I did differently this week, I upped my water through the roof. I really think I was dehydrated. And I kind of talked about this a little bit in my last video, is that I was feeling I was drinking a lot of coffee, and I was drinking, I wasn't drinking as much, pure water, or, water that doesn't contain some kind of, I don't know, sodium, I don't know. I just wasn't drinking enough good water. So, I really upped my water game. And for me, I was probably drinking maybe around 80 or 90 ounces a day, including caffeine. And for me, that's definitely not enough. It's not even close. I would be in the hospital if I was getting 64 ounces of, and I was getting 64 ounces of water, and it had landed me in the hospital for dehydration. And that was pure water. So I really need, my body, in order to really function well, needs a crap ton of hydration. So this week, I've been getting, I think my lowest was on Saturday. And I think I got like 160 on Saturday. My highest was, I think, over 200 ounces. So I've been ranging around there, about 180 to 190 ounces. And for me, that's about 4 bottles of this, which is 28 ounces, because it's got the little extender for the infusion that I don't use. So that's 28 ounces. That's about 4 of those, plus 32 ounce Powerade, plus some tea, and yeah, that pretty much gets me there. I'm not even including my coffee, though I drink about 2 cups, and they're the large thing on my Keurig, so I think they're over 8 ounces. They're probably like 16 ounces, but 16 ounces each, and I don't count that. I haven't been counting that this time, because I really wanted to focus on making sure, and my tea is usually decaffeinated, so I've been trying to really like make sure that like I'm focusing on hydration. So hydration's been a big one. And I'm feeling much better. I was feeling really tired. I was feeling really run down, and I had started improving with that, with taking all my vitamins. But I honestly think the reason I felt so shitty was that I was dehydrated. I was dehydrated for a long period of time. And it's, I gotta track my water. I really, really do. It's very hard for me to remember to do it as I drink, because I usually do it as I fill up my bottle. Because if I fill up my bottle, I almost always, unless it's the last bottle of the night, I almost always finish it. So as long as I like put it in when I fill it up, I'm pretty good. But I need to track it. And I need to keep track of it, because if I don't, I think I'm getting good water, I think I'm doing okay, but I'm probably not. And it's really hard to, like, my symptoms of dehydration were exhaustion. Like, a lot of other things could cause that. So I have to stay on top of it, because it's very difficult for me to be like, oh yeah, I'm dehydrated. Like, it's not always apparent. So tracking water. Other thing is tracking food. Not that I was doing bad. I started filming a what I eat in a day video, and I ate perfectly that day. It was weird. I don't think it was accountability. I don't think it was anything like that. It was also the day I got my great water. I don't know what it was, but like doing that, I honestly think what it really was that it made me think about it and made me be aware of it. Like, at least with my water, it made me think about my water. It made me think, oh, I should go fill up my water, which is always my issue, is that I let my water run dry and then I don't fill up my water. But food-wise, like, yeah, I just didn't snack that day. And without a snack, and I was having multiple snacks, my carb level was really low. Like, what I eat as for meals are not bad. Though I was doing a lot of processed. And as I've said this a couple of times lately, I've been doing a lot of processed, like, low carb options, like bars and wraps and stuff like that, and those have run out for the most part. I have some bars left, but like the wraps were like, I went from having a wrap a day to having like 3 wraps a day. Towards the end of the wraps, they got a little extreme. But yeah, so the wraps are gone. I'm not bringing them back. Not for quite a while. Just not conducive, I think, to a good carb level. My snacks are where all my carbs are. So for breakfast, I normally have 2 eggs and half an ounce of cheese. For lunch, I normally have like leftover meat and vegetables. And then for dinner, I have meat and vegetables. And by the end of the night, if I haven't snacked, I'm literally looking at like 600 calories. I'm like, I need to up my calories. I'd like to get it. I mean, I'm very inactive right now, so I don't need a ton of calories. But I'd like to get it to probably at least 800. To feel like I'm doing okay. I mean, I don't feel bad at like 6 to 7, but I just feel like it should be around 800. And when I say I'm not very active, I mean I'm not very active. Like I'll get less than 3,000 steps in a day. With my back being as bad as it has been, I don't need that many calories. So my calories have been really good. I haven't been really hungry. It's not really restriction. I'm just not hungry. Like, in the past, I'd be like, oh, I'm starving. I gotta eat. And I'm like, I'm not that hungry. And I'm listening to myself going like, yeah, I'm not hungry. So I'm not going to eat. Like sometimes I'll reach for a snack, because I do bring snacks with me. I'll reach for a snack and then I'll go, am I really hungry? And I'm like, no, not really. I'm kind of bored. Bored eating is a bad one for me. And then I'm like, oh, fine, go fill up your water bottle if you're bored. So yeah, tracking my food, started that again. Food wasn't bad. Like, what I was doing wasn't bad, but making me aware of it, looking at my carb intake, I knew my carb intake was pretty high. Between, like, I would go from having 10 plus carb option, minus fiber or whatever, but it was like 10 carb item. I'd go from having 1 a day to having like 3 or 4 a day. So my carbs were definitely like to the 40 to 50 range, which isn't bad. It's still low carb, but for me, I really respond well to the 20 range. Staying somewhere between 15 to 25 is really for me. It's like hovering somewhere plus and minus in the 20. My body reacts really well to that, as you can see. So because I haven't been really all that hungry, knock on wood, as you know, as soon as I say it, it'll stop. I'll be ravenous. But because I just haven't been eating my snacks, and so I'm getting really low calorie, really good in my carb intake, and have been doing well. Even this week, I had a slight gain because I went to a barbecue and I didn't really eat anything off plan. I had a bite, literally, the tiniest little taste of cake, which I don't count. And I had some champagne punch. So the champagne punch is probably did me some, not so good things, but it wasn't bad. Like, I had a really amazing loss still doing that, which was great. And because I was drinking the day, I upped my hydration even more. So, yes, I think I've been I feel better. And it's not just better, like, I feel mentally slightly better about things. I had felt waffly for a while. I'm a waffle. Sorry. I'm a bit strange. I'm on steroids, but I'll get to that. I blame everything on the steroids right now. Yes, so I felt waffly with my food, like, or how well I was doing. I felt kind of good, I felt kind of like okay, but I didn't feel really confident. It wasn't something I would put money on. And it really wasn't like I was doing anything bad. I was just not doing things great, if that makes any sense. Like I wasn't sitting there shoving cake and candy in my mouth or bread or anything, but I was doing a lot of things, and this is always a trap for me. I do a lot of things that are friendly, like low carb wraps. And, you know, this is when I was on Atkins a million years ago, and I had what I used to call my best success, which was 30 pounds. Which is good success. I'm not saying 30 pounds isn't. I'm saying now my best success is 160. Yeah, my downfall was all of like low carb ice cream and, you know, products. Products are bad. That's a very slippery slope for me. Can definitely, you know, sabotage any success. So, yeah, that's definitely something I need to look out for. But I'm feeling pretty confident right now. I have 11 pounds in 6 weeks, which is about 2 pounds a week. It's gonna be interesting. I've had such a great success this week, I'm afraid I'm gonna go up, or I don't actually think I'm gonna go up. I think, again, knock on wood, I think this does not feel like an unnatural low. So I don't think I'll go up. But I don't know if I'll go down any. Because usually when you have a big loss, it's not followed by more losses. But we can hope. We can hope. Yeah. So I'm definitely trying to stay on the bandwagon. I'm kind of following Foodie Turn Sleevey on her no cheats till Surgiversary. We'll see if we get there. It's only 6 weeks, which isn't that long, and I'm having such a good success. I think I might be able to do it from here out, because I had a Dove piece of chocolate the other day, which honestly was my first full, like, candy thing in a long time. And it was good. I also ate a bag of popcorn. I have decided that I think if possible, I think what I'm gonna do for popcorn is really, I'm gonna buy a single bag, and I get 1 bag a month. If I eat that bag in the first 2 days, I can't have popcorn for the rest of the month. But if I eat it sparingly throughout the month, then I get to enjoy popcorn all month long. It's an idea. We'll see. Until Surgiversary, no popcorn. It's so easy to say. 6 weeks is a long time. We'll see. I make no commitments. I'm trying to enjoy this feeling. I'm feeling very good. I feel very good about my body. I'm having some positive body image of myself, so I feel like I'm doing well. I feel like I'm pretty comfortable, I think, now in a size 16. Not you know, woo-hoo, but it's definitely my preferred, out of my clothes, it's my preferred size because it fits the best. 14s are still way too small. And I don't really have a lot of 18s. My 20s are too big. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm sticking to plan, and I'm paying attention to plan, and things are going really well there. Personal life and all the other shit that's going on hasn't changed a single bit, and it's very stressful. But I'm trying very hard to focus on all of the positive in my life and not let everything else eat away at me. So I'm doing what I can do, and that's all I can do. Yeah, so things are great there. Back. So I went to see my spine doctor, who's also my pain management doctor. And we talked about a bunch of things, and she wanted a much more aggressive treatment, which I totally was like, I want a much more aggressive treatment. So I started steroids. So far, I started yesterday. I wasn't ravenously hungry, thank God. I hope to continue that trend. I feel kind of hyper. And though I feel like, I guess the best way to put it is like, I feel hyper, but I don't feel aggressive. Which is good, thankfully. I can be a bitch when I'm aggressive. So I feel kind of like driving home yesterday, I wanted to go run. And I was like, I want to run. I was like, no, you don't. You don't want to run. I was like, I want to run. No, you don't. You don't want to run. No. Because at the same time, I was incredibly tired. Which is a me thing. When my doctor put me on a weight loss medication that was basically speed, I was exhausted at all times. And my doctor looked at me like, and I was like, it's just me. Things that activate my adrenal gland make me tired. Things that make me tired make me really tired. So there is very little balance to my feeling, energized. So yeah, I feel tired, but I also feel like I gotta go. Trying to make sure I don't go manic. That would be great. Because I feel like it borders. I feel like I'm so pent up that I could go manic if I wasn't careful. So definitely trying to watch that. But in general, I think I'm doing really well. The steroids seem to help. Last night was the first night in quite a long time, because I can't remember when, that I didn't take a muscle relaxer when I went home. And lately I've been taking muscle relaxers and painkillers. And I didn't take anything last night. I wasn't 100% peachy keen, but I wasn't in any kind of pain that I felt like I needed to take anything. This morning I was stiff. I was very stiff. And that could just be the fact that I'm used to things being a little less stiff because of the muscle relaxers. But I bent over this morning. I was like, oh, ow. So we'll see how that goes. I might go walking today if I can get out of the office. There's so much shit I have to do. I'm under deadline. But if I can get out of the office, I will go walking. I think that'll help with the pent-up energy, and B, maybe see how my back's doing, because walking hurts my back. Makes it very sore afterwards, but part of me is like, steroids. I want to take advantage. And everyone's like, rest. I'm like, I want to take advantage of being able to move. So we'll see. After steroids, I start an anti-inflammatory, which is an NSAID, but I have VSG, so I can have NSAIDs. Per my surgeon, speak to your surgeons. I know a lot of people choose to have VSG over bypass because with VSG, we're not at much of a higher risk than a regular stomach for ulcers from NSAIDs. So, unlike bypass. Talk to your surgeon, I'm not a doctor. My surgeon said that as long as I was 3 months out, it was okay to have NSAIDs. I just have to be very careful with them, which I am. And I'm also being very careful with my steroid too. Making sure I got plenty of food in the belly when I take them. So yes. So I start an anti-inflammatory afterwards. I have a new muscle relaxer, which is even stronger. And then I have a non-drowsy muscle relaxer that I can take during the day. So, which if today doesn't get too much better, I might take the non-drowsy during the day. It does affect me a little bit. The great part about it is I can drive on it. It doesn't make my head all weird. Like it doesn't affect me there. It does, if I take 2 of them, they do make me a little tired, but they don't affect my brain, which is the best thing ever when you can find a drug that doesn't mess with your brain. So this muscle relaxer I like to take during the day. And if my back doesn't improve as the day goes, I might just take one. Just to stay on top of it, because I don't want to have to get to the point where I have to take the big boy at home when I get home. So yes. Other than that is my week whatever update. I'm doing pretty good, trying to stay really positive, trying to focus on the positive, trying to feel the blessings. I feel really good, and yeah, I feel good. Even people who see me every day were like, did you lose more weight? So I feel like I've definitely hit a point where, like, I had the whoosh, and then, it feels a lot better, and I definitely had positive movement.